Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Fong. Thinking right out here in the lab. Oh, I'm back in the book. I got something for you nice today. Let's do what we do. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I'm going to ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. It's rhetorical, but if you have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Yeah, that's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is, simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, I appreciate you too. Yeah, stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. Person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about how does meditation work. And after that, I'm going to take you to understanding the process of meditation. And this is what it looks like. I'm going to give you a little bird's eye view. I like this here. I'm trying to explain this to you and break it down to you. Okay? It's a process. Right here, that's the human body. These are what they call the chakras that's running through your body. And these are the three levels of subtle, and gross. We start from here, we're going to work our way up. I'll break that down for you in the lesson. So, first of all, let me tell you how does meditation work for you? I've been trying to get that point across to you. We at page 100. If you ain't figured that out by now, I might not be doing a good job, I think. So let me see if I can help you out again. Meditation may be thought of or defined as the practice of mental exercise, right thinking, and disciplines that you live by to enable you, the meditator, to achieve whatever you believe and have control over your mind, specifically to to stop the vibration, negative thoughts of the mind due to unwanted thoughts and bad imagination, etc. You have to learn to control those. I remember times I sit back and a thought will come by, you should go do so-and-so. And I do it. Why? It just came to mind. You can't live like that. So understand that. Getting better at what you think, how you think, and what thoughts you actually react to manifest. Consciousness refers to the awareness of first of all, being alive, existing, and having an identity. I, me. I gave 3 phases. Me, physical, myself, the mental, and I, the spiritual. That's the levels of consciousness that I'm trying to get you to understand. That's what meditation is trying to get you to understand. And it is this characteristic which separates humans from the animal kingdom. Why? The animal is not conscious, or he don't have a conscience to think of himself other than what he is. That's instinction. They just function. A dog don't need to be taught how to be a dog. Cats don't have to be taught how to be cats. Every animal have instinct. Human beings have a conscience. That's what makes us in God's image. We can create from a thought. We can take a thought and make it reality. That's the image of God that the human beings are made in. Hope your understanding is, you made in God's image. God don't have an image. It's conscious. Animals cannot become aware of their own existence. That's human. We can become conscious of who we are. That's the whole goal of passing the test of being human, to know thyself. And they don't know their own existence. And they can't ponder the question of, well, who am I? Joe Blow, okay? Numbnuts. Why? Or where am I going in life? Around a circle unless you wake up and realize who you are. Okay? Where do I come from? Conscious of God? No, from your mother's womb. Everybody came down to the portal. The mother and father, male and female, got together. That's my male God, my mother's a female God. Why? They got together to create me. We're the offspring of man and woman coming together to create life. And we got the right to do the same thing, but two men ain't gonna procreate. Two women can't procreate, so that's not normal, it's not natural. I'm thinking what my man said, we only got two genders, male and female. Moving on. And I don't recognize if you ain't with a female, you doing something wrong. Now, animals cannot write books on history, study, or create elaborate systems of social history based on ancestry, etc. We know that they can't do that. But being consciousness expresses itself 3 modes. These are waking, the dream sleep, and the dreamless deep sleep state. Okay? Those are all phases of consciousness that we go through. Right now, we wake. When we go to sleep and lay down, we in the dream sleep. And when we get to the next level in the dream sleep, we go to deep dream sleep. Okay? Break that down for you as we go. Meditation helps you get through the realms of consciousness within yourself. However, ordinary, ignorant people, human life is only partially conscious. You don't have a clue, but you think you do, and a lot of times it's wrong. I thought. If you thought, that means you didn't know. When you are driving, I gave this lesson a while ago, or walking, you sometimes lose track. We call it daydreaming of the present moment. Remember, being aware means in the moment right now. I'm conscious of what I'm doing at this moment, particular time. I'm not worrying about what I did yesterday. I ain't worried about what I'm going to do tomorrow or an hour from now or later on. No, I'm in the moment doing what I do. That's being conscious. That's being mindful. That's being aware. That's being awake. But all of a sudden, when you're driving or whatever you're doing, and you arrive at your destination without having consciousness or awareness of the road when you have just traveled. And I'm a driver. Just prayers out perfect. Why? Every now and then you just go into auto mode. You woke, but the brain is done checked out, but you still functioning. I went to sleep at the wheel. I ain't proud of that. But woke up, man, I'm an exit path. I done went past my exit while I was asleep. If you woke, you wouldn't have went past the exit. And you was aware, you was conscious. I'm sitting here driving and just drifted, whatever. But yeah, I tell people, I got a joke. If you drive at 80 miles an hour and you go to sleep, you might wake up dead. Moving on. But what they said, your conscious, it's called daydreaming. The mind is just somewhere else, trying to think about something else. You're going to a different state of mind. Okay, but your mind, here we go. Again, we're dealing with the mind. Your mind went into automatic mode of consciousness from memory. It just going straight. I didn't tell it to turn. I didn't say get up this exit. It's just driving. I remember my brother, we going to California. Man, I'm sitting there watching this guy driving 80 miles an hour, sleep. The car just going. I'm sitting there. Do I wake him up? Do I grab the wheel? I'm sitting there freaking out. He just, I know he's asleep. Everybody's in the car asleep, but me. But yeah, consciousness took over. But this automatic mode of consciousness, it represents what? A temporary withdrawal from the waking world. You done checked out. We call it going to sleep, daydreaming, whatever it is, but we know it happens. It's all mental, all right? But this state is similar to what? Daydreaming. I love this. A dream-like musing or fantasy, where your mind is done, it ain't on what you're doing. And that's understandable. Why? It's normal. But this form of existence is what most people consider as what? Normal. Everyday waking consciousness. It is what people consider to be the extent of what? The human capacity to experience or to be conscious of the moment. Again, mindfulness, wakefulness, you won't have that problem. But if you don't, it's going to happen. It happens to everybody. What? Unless you practice and stay conscious. That's all. The normal state, here we go. The normal state of human consciousness cannot be considered as whole. Why? Or complete. Why? Because if it was there, would be no experience of what? Lapse or gaps in consciousness. You won't have those moments of, lapse and daydreaming. Okay? Why? In other words, every instant of consciousness would be accounted for. When I'm woke, I'm woke. But if I'm driving or getting that mode, it happens to the best of us. Okay? So there would be no trance-like states if you was always conscious, if you was always, okay? Wherein what? One loses track of time or awareness for the moment as one's doing particular activity. I use driving as a perfect example. If you're tired, every now and then you nod out. Again, automatic consciousness takes over. Your foot's on the gas pedal, your hands on the steering wheel, but the mind then checked out. The body's still functioning, but the mind checks out. Okay, that's how we know something else is going on. And even as what they are being performed, I say driving in the times of trance or lapse, full awareness or consciousness is not present. Again, checked out. Being okay. Otherwise, it would be what? Impossible not to what? Be aware of the passage of time when engaged in various activities, meaning staying constantly on your grind, being focused and paying attention all the time. It's almost impossible. But trance here should be differentiated from what? From the religious, y'all go into y'all tongue thing, or mystical form of trance, like state-induced, what? Through meditation, as used above. It refers to what? The condition of being so lost in solitary thought. When you go inside yourself, nothing else matters. Meditation. As to what? You to be unaware of one's surrounding. When you go into that state, your hearing gone. Touch and taste, all those are gone. You're in another realm. The body is here, but the mind is checked out. When you go to sleep, that's what happens. But when you can do it, induce it yourself, it's better. Why? Because now you're actually in control. When you sleep, you ain't in control. You just along for the ride. It may further, watch this, be characterized as what? As a stunned or what? A bewildered condition, or most people call it what? Brain fog, or a stupor, or befuddlement, dazed, muddled state of mind. All these is names for when the brain just ain't doing what it's supposed to do. So everybody got another word for it. It's all the same thing. Okay? It done pretty much went somewhere else and then checked out momentarily. Some people don't come back. I got a buddy I grew up with. True story. In August, before I went to college, we sitting around, like we always do, playing Mr. Magic, music, smoking weed, talking about the future and all that good stuff, getting involved about life. So I was 17 years old. I left in August. I came back in December. He had checked out. And for the next 40, 50 years, I heard he in the nursing home now. He used to be out, he was homeless on the corner. His name was Ham. His name Abraham, but I called him Ham. And it don't make a difference. This brother would see me, Mark Wright! I had to give him money. I've been giving Ham money all my life. Because when I left him, he was cool. When I came back, something happened. I don't know, I wasn't here. But he's still my friend, so no personal that. But when you check out, sometimes you don't check back in. That's my point, okay? But he always recognized me. Moving on. Most everyone has had experienced this condition for themselves, one place or another, one point in time. But what most people consider to be what? Awakened state of the mind in which life is lived in what? Reality, only a fraction, what's this, of the total potential that we possess consciously, which our brain, which a human being can experience. Why? Due to his ignorance of who and what he really is. This thing up here is better than any computer y'all can manifest or factor. Why? This is the original. You got it in your head, use it, okay? And Perfect segue. I'm going to try to teach you how to use it where you can benefit from it. Remember, meditation is getting understanding from stem to stern. So this picture right here, I'm going to break down the gross form is physical. That's the lowest form. That's the me. Myself is the subtler. That's when you go into the dream state. And the I, that's the actual subtle part of your consciousness of your higher self. You becoming one what mentally and becoming conscious of that fact. Why? Because God is here. Spirit is here. God is here. And what? Mental, spiritual concept. The spirit is here. The mental part is up here. That's why married heart and mind coherence. But meditation teaches you how to do just that. How about that? Let me wrap this up for you. Let's talk about understanding the process of meditation. Just told you how it's supposed to work. Now let's see if I can break it down for you. I'm going to start from the bottom up. Okay? Normally, in time and space, that's the physical you. You exist in the third dimension. The fourth dimension is when you go to sleep. The fifth dimension is that whole nother realm that we all want to end up being at. That's the subtle. In the bottom, you see it said gross. Ancient Egyptian yogi in meditation. He sits, get into the lotus position, put his hands down on the leg, and then he just let the mind take on its own identity. And this is called meditation. And I just showed you the relative states of consciousness and the path of meditation. A figure, I just showed you, the form of ancient Egypt is sitting in what we call the yoga, the lotus position. And you see superimposed on him, you see that little line of rope of 7 rings. That's the 7 centers of what we call psycho-spiritual energy centers. Y'all know them as the chakras. But Mayat had the original concept of the 7 liberal arts, the 7 rings, the 7 concepts. So that's where 7 comes from. 7 colors, 7 days a week, 7 visible planets, which today lined up last night for the first time in history that man would know of. Another lesson, but just a little tidbit. All right. But your energy centers inside us. And this your conscious known. In ancient, it was known as what they call a rat or serpent power. In ancient Egypt, yoga, mystical philosophy, through the process of daily meditation, the meditator lifts him or her what? Self up beyond the ordinary consciousness and now discovers the transcendental realms and finally what? The absolute self, the I. One. See? Boy, it's so much symbolism in this. I'm going to break it down for you, hopefully give you some insight. Let's go. So now the man sitting there, he's in the yoga position. Now he's considered to be Ptah. Remember the 3 God, the true God? Amun, Ra, Ptah. We're going to do it backwards. We're going to take Ptah, which is the physical aspect, and work our way back to Amun. Watch this. Hope you enjoy this. It's fun. I think it's good. It should work. I'm trying to figure this out. But you go from gross, which is the physical part. Ptah, meaning the waking physical plane. Right here, the level we are right now. Now, it has what? Reason, action, and will. You also have discontent, anger, hatred, and depression. You see the little sign here. One is pointing up and one is pointing down. See it? Right there. The gross physical part. Dull is down here. Getting better, will, action. These are thought concepts up here. I'm going to break it down for you before we get to the next level. We have the gross part, the physical part. That's us in the flesh. All right? We're Ptah. Now, when you are physically ignorant, mentally ignorant of your higher self, you're going to suffer through discontent. You're not happy with yourself. You're going to get angry. Why? Because things ain't going your way. You're going to show hatred to those who are doing better than you think you are. That's the jealousy. And depression is a state of mind where nothing's going your way. When you are living wrong, when you are doing things that just satisfy your desire, that's where you are. That's the lowest level. That's hell. The idea is to raise up. You are agitated and you're distracted all the time. Now, why? Through worldly experiences. You just want to have fun. You just want to get things. You want to do things. Now, when you start to aspire to do and be a better you, here we go. Now you start showing what? Purity of heart by doing things right. You start showing harmony within yourself, living, doing, being better. And you find what? Serenity, peace within yourself. Those are the qualities that help you what? Raise your consciousness, make you a better person. The other things keep you down at the lowest level. A lot of people live in misery. And what? Misery love company. Moving on. If somebody want to have a pity party, don't go. Don't attend pity parties. And don't throw none. That means move on, deal with it, okay? And when you get better, you have lucidity, that means you're more conscious and you're pure in your actions and doing better. Practicing Maya. These are things that we know can happen. Now, when you do those things, your expansion in consciousness, now you went from gross and dull to what? Subtler. You're in the awakened, lucid, astral consciousness, meaning Ra. Okay, you found your niche. You get more subtle. The astral plane. When you go into sleep mode, okay, you leave your body. You are astral plane, astral projected. You're dreaming, and whatever your mind is set on, whatever your environment is, that pretty much sets the tone. Remember, the first 7 years, the environment really sets the tone of who you are, because you're taking in everything that's around you, and the next 7, you programming it, try to put it in place for yourself. And then the last 7, you should have mastered every aspect and concept of yourself. You'll be considered an adult now. 3 times 7, you should figure that out by then. That's what they say. You're able to drink. What are you going to do at what? 21. 18, you're still a kid. You ain't grown. Moving on. That's why you can't drink. You ain't considered grown. So I don't know why lower the age for this. No, 21, across the board. Simple as that. Until you're 21, you should not be partaking in grown folk business. Simple as that. Moving on. But that's just my philosophy. But Ra is the astral plane, the subtle plane, meaning you're raising your conscious level. You're becoming more mentally conscious. That's the idea. And then after that, you get to what? You are lucid, your casual consciousness. That means you have reached what? The subtler. You don't want subtle. Now you get the subtler, meaning you're reaching the casual plane, but you only get there through the deep sleep state. So you're not familiar with it. You just know when you go there, you feel so good. You wake up, man, that was a good night's sleep. Yeah, because you went to that other realm that's teasing you, the little teasers, okay, to get your idea what it is. And that's the Amun. Amun means what? Hidden. God in you is hidden. You have to find him. You have to raise your conscious level. Why? Because he's up here. The spirit is here, but the conscious God is up here in the head. And now, when you get to that level, you reach what they call the transcending time and space. You become one with who? The absolute God. Conscious, your cosmic consciousness, or they call it the universal consciousness. That's the subtlest realm ever. That's what we consider heaven. That's considered field of reeds, Uranta, all that, the good stuff I mentioned. But the whole idea is all a state of mind. See the subtlest right there? When you become one with God, you reach the subtlest mindset that you can reach, the highest level. We call it Nihas. Okay? That's how it's so good about that name. It means the highest level in human consciousness. You reach Godhood. And that means now you becoming what? You reach the level of what? Your spirit become eternity. It become one with who? Pa-netta, Nabercha, the self. It becomes infinite. It goes back to the one. It came from the one. It fell into physical form and become conscious, rises itself back. Hope you understand the lesson. Now I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to read you. So hopefully it'll break it down a little more. But I just talked about the state of consciousness. And it's characterized by mental distractions at the lowest level. You suffer through restlessness and introversion. Everything is outward. The automatic state of mind exists due to what? Your emotions, your egoistic search for what? Physical desires. And when they're not met, you become angry. When people think better than you, because you're in competition, you show hatred to them. That's called haters, okay? When you're doing something, somebody ain't congratulating, they hating. Ego. Okay, they feel like you're doing something better than them. You think you're better than them. But which gender, watch this, which gender desires in the mind, which in turn, what causes more movement to what? Distractions, delusions, and more lapse and gaps in what? Your human consciousness. You're not thinking right. Simple as that. All that, yeah, you just ain't thinking right. Moving on. But now in this state of mind, in this condition, it does not matter how many desires that you'll fulfill, they will never be satisfied. That's the ego self. It ain't never gonna be satisfied. You want that woman, you get that woman, you want another woman. You're gonna keep searching, okay, for endless desires that won't get you nowhere. So the mind will always be what? Distracted when it's ignorant, and constantly be agitated because it don't know itself. And it will what? It will never discover what? Peace and contentment. It will stay in discontent. It will stay depressed. It will stay in that state of mind. Our mindset was, if it wasn't for bad luck, we have none at all. I didn't know then that you can't have nothing good come to you. You're not going to be blessed with nothing good and all that bad you're doing. So all we knew was we getting bad treatment because we were doing bad stuff. I know that now. But if the mind were under control, what you mean? Meaning if you were to remain fully aware and conscious of every feeling, of every thought, and have control over all your emotions from your mind at any given time, that's self-mastery. It would be what? Impossible for what? For you to be swayed or deluded by your thoughts into what? A state of relative unconsciousness or your unawareness. Therefore, it is said that those who do not have their minds, what? Under control are what? Are not fully awoke and are not conscious of, they are not a conscious human being. A conscious human being is one who knows himself. An unconscious human being is one who don't. And you can tell by what? Their actions and their deeds. They're not conscious of what they're doing. If you know the consequence of your action is not going to be good, and you still perform that action, you get what you deserve. America, white America, y'all put this clown in control. You get what you deserve. That's the lesson for right now in meditation. I'm going to stop it there. I see the clock. But I'll be right back with more understanding of meditation. But in closing, right thinkers, hope you got the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. It's fun for me. In closing, may you all live to be 100. 100 minus a day. So I never let my right thinkers have passed away. But I'll be back with more information for you. You know how we do.